I poured my heart, soul, and months of savings into a ring for my fiancée, Anna. It wasn't a massive, celebrity-sized diamond, but it was beautiful, meaningful, and most importantly, it was from me. It was a symbol of my love and commitment. I envisioned her face lighting up, the happy tears, the joy of starting our future together. And when I finally got down on one knee, it was perfect. She cried, she smiled, she said yes. In that moment, I was on top of the world. I was the happiest man alive, engaged to the woman I loved. I couldn't wait to spend the rest of my life with her. The next few weeks were a blur of happiness and planning. We were going to build a life together. To celebrate, we planned a night out with her closest friends. I put on my best suit, wanting to make a good impression, to show them I was worthy of their friend. I wanted them to see how much I adored her. The evening started well, with drinks, laughter, and congratulations. I felt like I was finally part of her inner circle. But then, from across the room, I heard a sound that made my blood run cold. Laughter, not the happy, celebratory kind, but sharp, mocking laughter. I looked over, and my stomach dropped. It was Anna, surrounded by her friends, a smug smirk on her face. And then I heard her voice, a stage whisper that was meant to be overheard. "He actually thinks this ring is real." My world stopped. The noise of the bar faded away. All I could hear was that sentence echoing in my head. I froze, my drink halfway to my lips. It felt like a physical blow. I watched, paralyzed, as she continued, leaning in conspiratorially to her friends. "But I'm keeping it, obviously. Can't let a good diamond go to waste." They all giggled, looking over at me with pity and amusement. It wasn't just a harmless tease. It wasn't an inside joke. This was calculated. It was a deliberate, public humiliation, and I was the punchline. The man who had saved for months, the man who had poured all his love into that gesture, was now just a fool in a suit, a source of amusement for her and her friends. The ring on her finger, which was supposed to be a symbol of our love, had become a prop in her cruel little performance. I felt a wave of nausea. The suit felt tight. The air in the room felt thick and suffocating. I had to get out. I managed to make my way to the exit, my heart hammering against my ribs. I couldn't look at her. I couldn't stand to see that smirk on her face for another second. Later that night, the inevitable confrontation happened. I asked her why she would do that, why she would embarrass me in front of everyone. Her response: she laughed. Laughed. "Oh, come on," she said, rolling her eyes. "You take life way too seriously. It was just a joke. It was funny. Funny. Was it funny that I worked extra shifts to afford that ring? Was it funny that I'd spend weeks searching for the perfect one, the one I thought she'd love forever? My heart, which had been so full of love and hope just hours before, was now shattered into a million pieces. She had taken my vulnerability, my sincere gesture of love, and turned it into a joke for her friends. I felt a profound sense of betrayal. The woman I was planning to marry had just shown me her true colors. She valued appearances and a cheap laugh more than my feelings, more than our relationship. In that moment, I knew this wasn't a misunderstanding. This was who she was. And I made a decision. I walked away. Not just from the argument, not just from the apartment for the night. I walked away from the relationship. I left. Of course, the tears started then. The begging. The frantic promises that she didn't mean it, that she loved me more than anything. But her words were empty. They were just another performance. I looked at her, the woman I thought I knew, and I just shook my head. "Love isn't about what you can show off to your friends," I told her, my voice steady despite the storm raging inside me. "Love is about respect. And you have none for me." She tried to twist it, to manipulate me into thinking I was the one with the problem. She called me sensitive, said I was overreacting, that I was throwing away our future over one stupid comment. But I stood firm. It wasn't just one comment. It was a window into her character, and I didn't like the view. My love wasn't a joke, and I refused to be with someone who treated it like one. Months passed. The initial heartbreak slowly faded, replaced by a quiet sense of relief. It was the right decision. I started rebuilding my life, focusing on myself. Then one day, I ran into a mutual friend. He told me a little story about Anna. Apparently, she had a new boyfriend and had tried to borrow an expensive watch he owned to show off to the same group of friends. He found out and dumped her on the spot. It seems her habit of using people and their possessions for social status wasn't a one-time thing. Some people just don't change. Meanwhile, my own story took a different turn. I met someone new. Her name is Rachel. She's kind, genuine, and her laughter is the most beautiful sound in the world. There are no mind games, no hidden agendas. With her, what you see is what you get. After a while, I bought another ring. This one was simple, a small, elegant band. I didn't have to save for months, and I didn't feel any pressure to impress anyone with it. I proposed to Rachel on a quiet evening, just the two of us. She laughed when I asked, but this time the laughter was pure joy. It was genuine and full of love. There was no ridicule, no hidden jokes, just pure, unadulterated happiness. She loved the ring, not for its size or its perceived value, but for what it represented, us. That experience taught me a powerful lesson. You can give someone your whole heart. You can give them everything you have, but if they don't have the capacity to value it, it will never be enough. Some people will always see your love as a punchline, your sincerity as a weakness to be exploited. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where someone laughs at your love, where they mock your genuine affection, remember this: it's their problem, not yours. It's a reflection of their character, not a judgment on your worth. The right person won't laugh asterisk at asterisk you. They'll laugh asterisk with asterisk you. They'll cherish your heart, not treat it like a party trick. Walk away from the punchlines and wait for the person who sees your love for the precious gift it truly is. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If this resonated with you, I'd really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Take care of yourselves and remember your worth.